stationery shenanigans. I just wanted to share a quick little haul of things that I got at the Kinokuniya store in Atlanta. And for those of you who don't know, the Atlanta location is still under their soft opening, so they did have a good selection of everything, but they do have limited hours and they're still tweaking out some of their merchandise issues and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to share the things that I thought were interesting and different. As you maybe have watched some of my hauls before, when I go to in-person stationery stores, I try to find things that I either never heard of or never seen of, or search for brands that I wasn't able to find online or that don't seem to be super popular. So first up, this is a seminar notepad. It's 5mm squared, 70 sheets from the brand Okina. So I never saw this brand before until I was at Kinokuniya, and I wanted to try out their paper. This was $6.95. It is like a really, I don't think it's coming up on camera, but it's a really light beige, grid on the front and plain on the back. And because I have to take a lot of different notes for my new job and everything, instead of getting a notebook, I decided to get like a notepad, and then I can rip things off and either scan them to GoodNotes or upload them or whatever I have to do. So I wanted to just get like a pad. So we'll try that out. Next up, this was really exciting to me. This is called the Compact, and it is from, this is from King Jim, which I think is a Korean brand actually, and it is like a A4 sized folder that folds up, and when I first felt it, I couldn't believe how nice it felt. Let me show you, it sounds kind of weird. So you have an elastic thing here, and then when you open this up, it is like an A4 size portfolio. So you can put your different papers in here, but because I guess this part is weighted and the spine is weighted, when you go to close it, let's see if I can demonstrate it. It like closes so simply that it's just awesome. So like, you saw that weight, that like if you had a bunch of papers in here, it really would close without an issue. So I don't think that's gonna show up well on camera, but my goal for my new job is to not over carry things, and I like this because if you did have normal sized paper, instead of carrying a binder or a normal portfolio or whatever, this would be really compact, and you could put this in like a smaller messenger bag or whatever. So I figured I would just give it a try. Whenever I do have to carry some papers that are, you know, printer size around with me, instead of folding them up and putting them in my notebook or a different folder, I'm gonna try putting it in here, closing it up. Because it's this hard plastic, it'll be protected from the rain and all that stuff. So yeah, I was excited to give this a try. This was $9.95. Next up on our paper trip here, I had to get this like bear artist thing just because it's just very on brand for me. This was $7.55. This is from Green Flash. As you see, made in Japan. Let's go ahead, open it up, and look at the little papers in there. Again, I just thought this would be a cool thing where it's like a way to use your fun stationery, put notes for yourself, put it in your planner, or what have you. So there's the little bear artist guy, and then the first set are, look how, oh my god, that's so cute. And then I like this yellow one. Then there's this one where he's like behind the sketchbook. Yeah. Oh, and then there's this one which is all three of what he's doing. Atelier Mary. So I just thought that was fun. I always like getting bear stuff. This was $7.55. Next up, let's do washi tapes. So I went for this plain empty, just graph paper grid washi tape, very simple, $2.55. I just was feeling it. Maybe it's like the back to school thing in my head right now. Then the next one I got was this wavy one. I forget what they called it, but it's like it looks purple on camera, but it really is like browns. And it's just like this wavy one that was also $2.55. This is my favorite one. This is kind of like geometrics. It's very retro 1960s or maybe Scandinavian. I love when MT does like the Scandinavian designs for some reason. They always stand out to me. So I saw this one and I was like, yeah, I have to get this. This was $2.55. I would say I'm pretty always satisfied with MT washi tapes as the brand. Next up, this is a Pentel Feel or V Feel. I'm actually not 100% sure. Ballpoint pen. And I just like the body, and I've never seen this before, so I had to get it. This was $1.95, so definitely affordable, made in Japan. And let's go ahead and test it out to see if the ink is red, because I don't remember if I tested it out in the store. I think red was the only one left, and I just wanted to try it, and I figured I could always hack it if I wanted to put a different ink in there. Yeah, it's red. Yeah, so it's just kind of like a ballpoint pen. So I got that. Oh, okay, so I did get one in black. So they only had black and red. Again, this is 0.7. I just like it. It almost, I wonder if this is just Pentel's, like, the barrel design looks just like the, what's what I'm thinking of? Sarasa. Doesn't this look like the Sarasa? Like the zebra Sarasa? I don't know. Smooth ink, nice, yeah. This was the Kokuyo Enpitsu Sharp. Now, y'all know how much I love Kokuyo, so I was excited to see these. I don't know if I've ever seen these, definitely not in person. I went for the 0.7, so it's a mechanical pencil that kind of looks like, it's funny because this actually looks like an Apple pencil. $3.95. I'm going through my mechanical pencil phase. I was using this one from Pentel that I got at Staples last night to write a bunch of stuff for my semester. So yeah, it's just a very sleek looking mechanical pencil. It came in all different sizes, I believe up to even 1.3. So it's 1.3, 0.9, 0.7, 0.5, 0.3. So yeah. Yeah, I like this. And because it's so simple and you're not dealing with like metal pieces on it or anything like that, it's just a very simple way to write. And it kind of looks like an Apple pencil. Okay, this pen I would love to hear your comments on because I never saw this before. I feel like I probably should have. This is a Pilot pen. It's in 0.7, $2.95. It looks like a desk pen or a letter opener because it's flat up here at the top. I'm not sure if that was what it was for. Could also be Pilot like making a pen that looks like a paintbrush. You know how they always do those kind of things. So you open it up and it's just like a desk pen that you would have at one of the old banks or something. It actually does post, but it feels a little weird, so I'm not going to put the cap on. And it has a weight at the bottom. So let's test it out and see. Ooh, it's a really nice ballpoint ink. Yeah, I don't know, I just like it. It's just big and feels like you're signing a check at the bank or something. Yeah, I think there were other ones of this, but a lot of the containers at Kinokuniya were empty, so I'm not sure if it comes in different colors, different tip sizes, or whatever, and there wasn't really any information on it, so I was excited to try these things that I didn't see before. Last but not least is not a Japanese stationery item, shocker, it's from Spain. So when I lived in Russia, we often use this Milan brand, which is less common to find here in the US. You can find it at some Staples. They're geared towards, I would say, like elementary school children, so it's like markers and things like that. But when I saw this, it was like a sharpener and eraser set for $2.50. I was just excited and decided to get it. And they had a bunch of different Milan products, tons of different erasers and things like that. So just a little blue sharpener and this little square eraser. And that is my little haul from Kinokuniya. Like I said, I don't know if I would really go back there. Just some commentary. I've noticed a huge change in pencil cases, and I know this is a very specific rant that I'm going to go on, but since you all are watching this, you probably understand what I'm talking about. Japanese pencil cases used to be really high quality, right? So you would get the Reimei, the Lehit Lab, all these like funky pencil cases that you couldn't find anywhere else, and you were excited to use them. Then all of a sudden, like Amazon and Shein and Temu and all those places would have like knockoffs of those pencil cases, and clearly the quality would be not as great because it's cheaper, but I think the Japanese branding ones are cheaper now, but they're still $24, $25. So I looked at different pencil cases, like, it wasn't Midori, well they had Midori, they had a Reimei one, a couple other of your typical brands, and they were like, the zippers weren't that good, the fabric and the liners was fraying in some of them, and the feel of the nylon or whatever fabric it is felt super thin. And so I would pick up a pencil case because I wanted to get one, and I'd feel like, this feels kind of crappy. This feels like something from Dollar Tree. And I would turn around and the price tag would be like $26.95 for this like Kokuya, or it was a Reimei or Sundel, whatever those brands are. So I was just like really shocked that I noticed this change. I've also made a post on my channel the other day about the zebra mod liners, how there's the Japanese market one and then there's the US market one, which are really made in Mexico, and the plastic used in the bodies is completely different, and I think that the formula of the ink is different, but that's just me. So yeah, I'm just noticing these things. I guess it's these companies like trying to cut back their costs, but your $5 feeling pencil case should still not be $26.95. So just wanted to say that. Thank you all for joining me today. I will see you next time. Take care.